It is 5 o'clock in the morning. At this hour, most people are still asleep. But for someone who lives alone, early mornings can be the quietest part of the day, and sometimes the moment when you think the most. Hello, everyone. My name is Xiaoling, and I'm from Wuhan, China. I am 50 years old. I am divorced. I don't have children, and I don't have many close friends. Today, I live alone. Many people believe that by the age of 50, life should already be settled. A family, children, a stable routine. But my life did not turn out exactly the way I imagined. Some relationships ended, some things were lost, and some things I once thought were important no longer matter as much as they used to. Recently, I have been waking up in the middle of the night. The room is quiet. There is no one to talk to. No one asking me how my day was. Sometimes I just sit there and think. And I ask myself, what will the next chapter of my life look like? Will living alone always feel lonely? Can I start over at 50? I think many people who live alone understand this feeling. During the day, we can keep ourselves busy. Work, shopping, cooking, watching television. But when the world becomes quiet at night, we have to face our own thoughts. For many years, I believed happiness meant having more. A bigger home, more money, a more successful life. But after experiencing changes and losses, I learned something. Life is not only about what we gain. Sometimes life is also about learning how to accept what we lose. Today, I may not have everything I once had, but I still have my health. I can wake up early. I can ride a bicycle through the city. I can buy fresh food at a local market. And I can cook a warm meal for myself. Maybe this is life giving me a second chance. So, this morning at 5 a.m., I decided to leave my apartment, to watch Wuhan slowly wake up, to visit a local market, to buy fresh ingredients, and to prepare a simple meal for myself. Keeping busy is not about escaping loneliness. It is about reminding myself, my story is not over yet. If you have ever felt lonely, if you have ever wondered about your future, I hope this ordinary morning in Wuhan can keep you company for a little while. Now, let's start a new day together. I remember in my first video, some viewers noticed the sound of my door. Every time I opened and closed it, it made this loud squeaking noise. Some of you left comments suggesting that I should buy some lubricant and fix it. So, I followed your advice. I bought some and tried to solve the problem myself. But after applying it, the sound was still there. Maybe I didn't use it the right way, or maybe this old door just needs more attention. At that moment, I suddenly realized something. When you live alone, even small things like this become your own responsibility. There is no one else to say, let me take care of it. So, you learn to figure things out by yourself, one small problem at a time. Because of my current financial situation, owning a car is not something I can afford right now. So for my daily transportation, I rely mostly on shared bicycles. In China, shared bikes are everywhere. You can usually find them outside apartment buildings, near subway stations, bus stops, and almost every busy street corner. With just a quick scan on your phone, you can unlock a bicycle and start your journey. It is a simple and affordable way to get around. For many people in China, shared bicycles are not only a transportation option, but also an important part of everyday life. For me, riding a shared bike has become my way of exploring the city. Even though my life is different from what it used to be, I am learning to adapt to my current situation and appreciate the simple things around me. Early in the morning, the local market is already full of people. This happens every single day. Before many people start their work, the market is already alive. You can hear vendors calling out, people choosing fresh ingredients, and the sound of daily life beginning. Before I start shopping, I need to take care of something important. Breakfast. In China, breakfast is not just a meal. It is an important part of everyday life. Especially in Wuhan, people have many famous breakfast choices. Most people know Wuhan for its famous hot dry noodles, or reiganmian. But today, I want to try another local favorite. 3 fresh tofu skin, also called sanjian doupi. This traditional Wuhan breakfast is made with crispy tofu skin, sticky rice, eggs, vegetables, and different fillings. It looks simple, but making it requires experience and skill. Many breakfast vendors wake up before sunrise every day to prepare food for the city. Today, I bought one portion. The price is only 5 RMB, which is about 70 US cents. For less than $1, I can enjoy a traditional Wuhan breakfast. This is one of the things I love about daily life in China. Simple food can still bring a lot of happiness. And there is one more interesting thing about breakfast in Wuhan. No matter where you go for breakfast, many small restaurants provide free soy milk for customers. A warm breakfast, a cup of soy milk, and a busy morning market. These small moments are part of ordinary life here. Living alone, I have learned to appreciate these simple routines. Sometimes happiness is not something big. Sometimes it is just a warm breakfast on a quiet morning. As you can see, this is a pork stall inside the local market. The lighting above the meat counter is designed to help maintain a cleaner and more hygienic environment. Food safety is something that many people pay close attention to in China. Before pork can be sold at markets, it must go through inspection and safety checks to make sure it meets the required standards. Only qualified products are allowed to be sold to customers. For many families, the local market is where they buy fresh ingredients every day. Behind every piece of meat, there is a process of inspection, transportation, and preparation before it reaches the dining table. After walking around the market for a while, I realized that some of the prices were higher than I expected. So, I decided to check another option: the small street stalls outside the market. Many of these sellers are local farmers. The vegetables they sell often come directly from their own farms, and some of the fish are caught by local fishermen themselves. The biggest difference between these street vendors and the shops inside the market is the cost. The stores inside the market usually need to pay yearly rent for their stalls, which adds to their operating costs. But the outdoor vendors often only pay a small management fee, so their prices can sometimes be more affordable. Many farmers come here early in the morning because they want to sell their products quickly and return home as soon as possible. Especially during the summer, the heat can be intense. Standing outside for hours under the sun is not easy. Behind these simple roadside stalls are ordinary people working hard to make a living. For me, these small street markets show another side of life in China. It is not only about buying cheaper food, it is also about meeting the people who grow, catch, and provide the ingredients that appear on our tables every day.
利润就是高点是吧？
Summer is actually a great season in China. There are so many fresh vegetables and fruits available everywhere. Tomatoes, cucumbers, peaches, watermelon, corn. The choices seem endless. But there is one funny problem when you live alone. Sometimes there are too many choices. I stand in front of all these fresh ingredients and start thinking, what should I cook today? Should I make something simple? Should I try something different? After thinking for a while, I still don't have an answer. Maybe I have a little bit of decision-making difficulty. I wonder, does anyone else feel the same way? When you live alone, choosing what to eat every day can sometimes become a surprisingly difficult decision. I think I've spent enough time at the market today. It's getting really hot outside, so I'm going to buy a small watermelon and head home. Summer in Wuhan can be very humid and exhausting, but honestly, there is nothing better than a cold, sweet watermelon after being outside in the heat. Sometimes, after walking around and choosing ingredients, a simple piece of fruit can feel like the perfect reward. It's time to prepare dinner. I didn't cook anything for lunch today. The temperature was just too high, and honestly, I didn't have much energy to stand in front of the stove. Instead, I ate some fresh fruit I bought from the market. and took some time to rest. Living alone means I can follow my own rhythm. Sometimes a simple lunch and a quiet afternoon are enough. But now that the sun is starting to go down and the weather is a little cooler, it's time to prepare dinner. Let's see what I can make with the ingredients I bought this morning. For dinner tonight, I'm going to make 2 simple dishes: tomato braised yellow catfish and stir-fried amaranth greens. The fish I bought today is called yellow catfish in English, but it has many different names depending on the region. I'm curious, what do people call this fish in your country? If you know, please leave a comment and let me know. This is a very simple, home-style Chinese dish. The tomatoes add a fresh, slightly sweet flavor to the fish, and the sauce goes perfectly with rice. Cooking at home doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes, fresh ingredients and a little patience are all you need to make a satisfying meal. Before cooking the yellow catfish, there is one important step. I need to blanch the fish in hot water first. The skin of this fish has a thin layer of slime, and if you cook it directly, it can create a stronger, fishy smell. By briefly blanching it, the surface layer is removed, and the fish will taste cleaner and more delicate. This is a common technique in Chinese home cooking. Every family may have their own way of preparing fish, but the goal is always the same: to bring out the natural flavor of the ingredients. Before adding the fish, I first cook the tomatoes. I stir-fry the tomatoes until they become soft and release their natural sweetness and a slightly tangy flavor. This creates a rich base for the dish. Then, I add the yellow catfish into the pan. Next, I add sliced ginger, minced garlic, salt, pepper, soy sauce, and a little chicken bouillon for extra flavor. After that, I let everything simmer over low heat for about 10 minutes. Slow cooking allows the fish to absorb the flavors from the tomatoes and seasonings. The second dish is stir-fried amaranth greens. This is a very simple way to prepare this seasonal vegetable. First, I heat some oil in the wok. Then I add minced garlic and sliced ginger and stir-fry them quickly to release their aroma. Next, I add the amaranth greens and cook them over high heat. Finally, I add a little salt. That's all. No complicated seasoning is needed. In Chinese home cooking, sometimes the simplest ingredients and the simplest flavors are the best. If you are interested in Chinese food, or if you enjoy trying new recipes, you can definitely try making this at home. The cooking process is actually very simple. You don't need complicated ingredients or special skills. With fresh ingredients and a few basic seasonings, you can create a delicious homemade Chinese meal. I hope you enjoy it, and if you try this recipe, let me know how it turns out. These are the lotus pods I bought at the market this morning. Now I'm opening them and taking out the lotus seeds inside. They can be eaten as a simple snack or used to make traditional Chinese desserts and dishes, such as 8 treasure porridge. Wuhan is often called the land of fish and rice because of its rich natural resources and abundant agriculture. During this season, lotus pods are everywhere in the markets. The lakes and wetlands around Wuhan provide the perfect environment for growing lotus plants. For many local people, fresh lotus seeds are a special taste of summer. It's a small seasonal treat, but it brings back many memories of traditional Chinese life. Some of you may be wondering, it's so hot. Why don't you turn on the air conditioner? Actually, there is an air conditioner in my living room. It's a large 3-horsepower unit, but using it for a long time would create a much higher electricity bill. With my current financial situation, this is something I still need to carefully consider. So right now, I only turn on the air conditioner when I sleep at night. In China, residential electricity costs around 1 RMB per kilowatt hour. If I kept the large air conditioner running all day and night for a month, the electricity bill could reach around 1,000 RMB, or about $140. But if I only use the smaller air conditioner in my bedroom at night, the monthly cost is around 200 RMB, about $30. Living alone means learning how to manage many small details of life. Sometimes it is not about choosing what is the most comfortable option. It is about finding a balance between comfort and reality. Thank you for spending this day with me in Wuhan, China. I hope you enjoyed seeing a simple and ordinary day of my life. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and join me for more stories about everyday life in China. I'll see you in the next video.